Hello everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Helene Westlund and I am a Shakti guide and your host here on the Shakti Flow Summit. In this circle, no time exists, so everyone who watches this or listens to it now or later are all part of this energy that we have in this circle right now. Today we are talking to Caroline Douglas. Caroline is a spiritual teacher, love heart alchemist, empowerment coach for women who have experienced abuse, trauma, disempowerment, and depression. Her sole purpose is to guide, inspire, and empower women to rise and shine with grace, freedom, and joy. Welcome, Caroline.
Hello, it's really lovely to be here.
Yes, it's nice having you here. It's not the first time we are talking, but it's the first time we are doing it on video. So this summit is about feminine energy. And like we heard in your bio, you work with mostly women with traumas. Can you tell us a little about how that came about?
Well, my purpose is about, it's because like it's to do with all the experiences I've had. So in my life and also in all past lives, I've experienced different types of abuse, lots of sexual abuse and rape and disempowerment and terror and depression. And I worked for many years clearing all those things. And it was only when I discovered that there was like imprints that are held in your body. And like in terms of sexual abuse and trauma, disempowerment, it's held in your womb, and in your womb is the womb is the seat of your soul, and it's where a woman's power and creativity and her essence is held. And so if there's trauma imprints there, and most women have experienced some kind of abuse, whether it's in her current life or other timelines or both, then these trauma imprints stop you from coming into your true, beautiful essence and stops you from coming into your power. And those trauma imprints are created when you've experienced some kind of trauma. The energy there becomes frozen, and it's where you haven't been able to express your emotions because like you've been really frightened and you've tried to protect yourself. So it becomes frozen. And so that creates a block, and that creates an imprint, and that imprint then creates like a pattern in your life. And it's like, I also work with women in terms of helping to clear their birth trauma imprints. And that's also really very powerful because like, according to how you were born, your birth experience creates this divine blueprint that for your life. So it's like that's how you live your life, and that's how you make your decisions, and that's how you do things. And it also sort of dictates the relationship you have with yourself or you don't have with yourself and with others. So those birth trauma imprints, they flavor your whole life. Does that make sense and resonate, Helena?
Yes, it does. And like you said, it's an important part of the woman. I mean, the seed of your soul and where all creation comes from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's such a heavy topic.
It is, and it is, yeah. And but once people like know if they've had like a difficult birth, like how I discovered that from conception to birth, how it was really traumatic was I had a session years ago. It was not just a past life one, it's called an in-between lives, and it lasted for about 6 hours. And it took me back into like took me back into my mother's womb, and then I had all those feelings where I didn't actually feel safe. And so if a baby doesn't feel safe in the womb for whatever reason, whether she's picking up the mother's imprints or emotions, then that's how the baby is born, and it's like that imprint is there, and the baby will do everything to keep safe. So I didn't feel safe. So even in the womb, I tried to make sure that I was very small, didn't breathe, didn't move. So of course, when I was born, it was a home birth. It wasn't like in the hospital.
Okay.
And it was a traumatic birth. And it created this seed really, which was where I never felt safe. And so most of my life it was about what can I do to make myself feel safe? I'd clear this, I'd do this course, I'd train here and do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it was only when that was cleared, that's when I felt safe. And the other thing is also clearing the trauma imprints in your womb, because in order for you to feel safe, you have to be in your body. But if you've experienced any kind of trauma or abuse, it doesn't feel safe to come into your body. Exactly. I used to try so hard to ground myself, and a lot of my spiritual teachers would wonder why I wasn't able to ground myself. And then I just like realized when I listened to my guidance, which said that, you know, because of the abuse and trauma, it's created all these imprints, and so it didn't feel safe to be in the body. So once those core imprints are cleared, you feel safe. You feel safe to be in your body. And when you're in your body, that's when you can feel your feelings. But if you try and clear stuff when you're in your head, you just don't clear it. Whereas I have to admit, initially I did, because I thought, well, I'm clearing these things, but you have to be deep in your body to clear these things, and that means feeling those things as well.
So you're saying there is a connection between feeling safe and being empowered as a woman?
Oh yes. I think if I was born feeling safe, and also if I'd received a deep transmission of safety from my mother, and a deep transmission of love, because she wasn't able to do that because she didn't receive that, then I probably would have been speaking and living my truth and following my purpose like many years ago. And it was always a safety aspect. It didn't matter what I did, whether I visualized things, whether I had this therapy, this healing, it just never cleared. And at one point I thought, I'm never ever going to feel safe. So if you don't feel safe, you're sending out that signature to everyone, you know, that you don't feel safe. So of course you're going to be attracting things that are in resonance with that vibration. So then you don't feel safe, and you think, oh, I keep experiencing all this abuse and trauma and that. So it is wonderful. It's such a gift to give yourself. It's like to clear that, so that then you feel safe in your body, because women are missing out so much if they're not in their body, you know. And there are a lot of women, especially if they're career driven, sometimes like they're in their head, or they're just in their heart. And I have to say, for many years I was in my heart, and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. I didn't realize that my power was there, and I heard it and I thought, oh no, I don't think I don't. And I went to different courses and I read so many books about it, and I would try and connect then. I would connect, but it just didn't feel comfortable. I thought, oh no, I'll do something else. But now it's just, and the other thing is, when you're really grounded in your body, you feel safe. And so when you speak, it's like you're speaking you're speaking from your essence, your signature. Whereas if you're speaking from here, from your head, it's like they're just words.
Yes. That is so true. We're from different schools. I'm from my shaman teacher has always been talking about the womb and womb power, and
yes,
and about speaking not from your head but from your belly. So it's all connected. So how did you realize that is more than the heart?
Well, I mean, I just was guided to read certain books, and I'd read these books before. I already had those books, and I suddenly heard someone talking, and I was guided to click onto that person, and it just started to really resonate deeply with me. And it was like, okay, and I thought, and then I was just shown like a video in my head of all the times I've been, all the times I experienced like abuse and trauma in this life. And it's like, oh, okay, so I need to clear this, and that's what I did. And then it changes the vibration in your body. But it's just, it's very important, the womb. And I have to say, years ago, I never would have said that. I don't mean that. I didn't know it was that. It was so important. That was the missing piece in terms of really making you feel safe. And that's where all the trauma and abuse and disempowerment's held. And that's where your power and your creativity and your essence and your truth is held there, your wisdom. And yeah, I just used to just go to the heart. I thought I just wouldn't. And I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of women that bypass that part of their womb, you know, they just sort of, yeah. And that's where the flow is as well. And if it's blocked, then you can't be in that beautiful Shakti flow that you teach, Helena.
Exactly. Yeah, and I have been, for the last few weeks, I have noticed how I clench my pelvic floor a lot. So actually, yeah, what you're saying makes sense. And I always heard I wasn't grounded enough. So I have been working with this for the last weeks and trying to be more open, to be in flow, to be more grounded.
Yeah. I mean, because I remember when I used to, whenever I used to receive some aromatherapy or healing and be on the couch, I wondered why I would lift my body up, like that part of my body up, and I'd hold on to it. I thought, what is going on here? What's, you know, I don't know what's happening here. So of course I wasn't able to surrender. And so I remember I used to definitely do that. I used to really hold on tight. And that started because in the womb, I didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
I already knew the truth when I was in the womb. If a baby doesn't feel safe for whatever reason in the womb, the fetus, you know, then you're going to do everything and you're going to clench up tight like this. And so, of course, that created the blueprint for my life. And flavored everything in, and it makes you can feel disconnected and feel separate, and you can sort of easily feel rejected or feel the odd one out, because the connection hasn't been made there, because and you don't feel relaxed. The other thing is, when we have all the trauma, whether it's a birth trauma or womb trauma or both, then we're not able to completely surrender. So that is like, you know, isn't it about the divine feminine? It's about, you know, embracing, embodying Shakti flow. You can't do that if you're not able to fully, if you don't feel safe in your body and you're not able to be fully grounded in your body, you can't let go and fully surrender. So it's like we're hurting ourselves by not giving ourselves that gift. It's like that is, and it's our sovereignty. It's like that's what, you know, it's our right. It's our birthright, and it's like we're not living fully. We're not living on purpose, and we're not able to fully feel all the emotions, whether it's sadness, it's grief, it's happiness, it's joy. And also not able to fully sort of allow yourself to feel free in those emotions. So I would feel an emotion, but it wouldn't be like flowing. I couldn't feel it in my body. It would be like an experience, but it's about in you. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely. So if a woman is interested, how do you help? A little short, how do you help? What do you do?
Okay, so with so for birth trauma, what I would do is I would create a beautiful safe space, and I would guide the woman down into her heart first, and I would do some powerful sound activations, which holds a high vibration of love and truth and integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would guide them into their womb, and then we would do some compassion there, and love, and forgiveness. But it's what would show up, really. But it'd be clearing those the birth trauma imprints, and in the womb it'd be clearing the womb trauma imprints. And afterwards you just feel so free until the next one's obviously ready to clear.
Yeah.
But it's just such a gift to give yourself to feel safe in your body, you know, because your body's highly intelligent. Your body holds all your programs, all your beliefs, and this golden crystalline diamond light and everything else. And so, like, you're not able to be fully enlightened or fully awaken or fully ascend or transcend if you're not in your body. I remember I used to be out of my body to shift into the higher vibrations and the high dimensions, but you have to be in your body to be able to do that.
Yes, nowadays you have to bring your body. So it's a new thing for us.
You do, definitely. Yes, you can't sort of leave your body out like you used to be able to.
Yes. Yeah, we never have to drag this along. So you are going to share with us today a little activity that has to do with this work. So if you can just lead us into it.
Okay then. All right. So let's just start by just finding somewhere nice to just relax. And I'm just going to be closing my eyes. So if you just close your eyes and just start to gently focus on your breath. So I invite you to take 2 beautiful, deep and powerful breaths in and out. And why I say to take a deep and powerful breath in is it will take you straight into your body. So it's like breathing in more deeply and powerfully than ever before, and then it takes you deep into your body. So just focus gently on your breath and just drop gently down into the center of your heart. So we're going to start with the heart first, and then we're going to then connect to the womb, and then we're going to connect the womb to the heart. So now, just as you focus gently on your breath, just in the center of your heart, picture it as a beautiful golden crystalline diamond. And just imagine you're sitting in this beautiful golden crystalline diamond, and you feel very safe and very loved. And now just allow yourself to receive this powerful activation that will open and expand your heart and consciousness and help you to feel really safe. Beautiful. Now just take 2 deep breaths in and out. And I now like you to just focus now on your womb. So just place your hands so that your thumb is in where your belly button is, and your fingers are pointing downwards into a triangle. And so your fingertips is just touching the center of your womb. And just focus on breathing into that space, into that beautiful sacred space now. Just focus on breathing in beautiful golden light, in and out gently. Just continue to focus on bringing in this beautiful golden light. Now just going to do a womb activation now. Just focus gently on your breath now. Just taking 2 deep breaths in. And now just imagine the center of your womb, there's this beautiful golden globe. This beautiful globe of light. And each time you breathe in and out, just allow it just to continue to expand. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. And now from this golden globe, just imagine there's this wonderful golden sparkling cord of light from the center of your womb up to the center of your heart. And as it reaches the center of your heart, just imagine your heart as this beautiful golden crystalline diamond. And just feel your womb and your heart connected. And focus gently on your breath. And just receive this activation now to really open and expand your heart and your consciousness and your womb. And to create that deep sense of safety and love. So focus on the center of your womb and the center of your heart. And continue focusing on your breath. Just allow your attention to be gently from the center of your womb and the center of your heart. Ushena koya na kasia kono, taya sono koya sikia, tono koya sakono koya, sia tonoya kesake kosokona, ikasayo totsumoko taya, sono koya sikaya, sotoya sakie. Beautiful. So just taking 2 deep breaths in now and just allow yourself just to feel what's going on right now. Know that you are safe and that you are loved. And then when you're ready, just gently open your eyes.
That was
What was your
lovely.
experience?
Well, as always, powerful activation from you. I will not cry this time. I'll try not to anyway. I could really feel my womb and my heart, and when that cord first came up, I couldn't feel the connection. I couldn't feel it until the activation. So I will definitely continue to keep it alive daily. Well, like I already do with you taught me before that I should take 3 deep breaths and ask myself, how would I feel if I had peace in my body, all of my body, every cell? And I do it every day, multiple times. It really helps. You can do it with everything. If you want to feel more active, or if you want to feel more energetic, or if I just want to feel more light or whatever, I use that. It's really
that's so
good
wonderful
exercise.
That you still do that. Yeah. It's just like you think, well, what would it feel like to feel abundant or to feel love or joy?
Yeah.
And just close your eyes and just taking those deep breaths in and out, and just feel it and just allow it to expand in your body. and it's about holding that vibration.
Yeah.
It sounds really simple, but it's very powerful, and it's wonderful that you've been doing that each day. And
Yes, it's really powerful. It really is.
yeah.
And as you said, it sounds simple, but it's, oh, yeah, it's changed my life. And it's, I mean, if we want to live in the fifth dimension, we have to stay there. That's like the test now. We can go in meditation, but we have to be there all the time. We have to be aware and open all the time, expanded.
Yes, we're living in a vibrational universe. So it's all about vibration, and it's all about being in alignment. And so when we're out of alignment, it's clearing what's taken us out of alignment and coming back into alignment and holding that vibration. And the other most beautiful thing you can do for yourself is for everyone to do this, is to connect to your essence.
Yes.
Because another thing with my birth trauma, because I didn't feel safe, I left my divine essence, my true essence, in my mother's womb, which may sound strange, but I wondered why I could never fully embrace it. You know, I'd have little sort of feelings of it, but I could never really sort of embody my whole essence. So I had to reclaim my essence. I had to go back into mother's womb, and I had to bring that back, and had to, you know, really start to sort of embody that and really connect to it. So that's another thing. Sometimes if we didn't feel safe, we may have made a vow to not be in our essence, not be in our truth. You know, and our essence it's like a big box of chocolates with all our different vibrations and all our different gifts, and you know, our sovereignty, our truth, and everything. It's just it's very important to be connected to your essence. But if you're not connected, it's looking at, well, why am I not connected to it? You know, could I have left it behind or something like that?
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
Yes, definitely. And it's also a time of karma clearing for everyone now, for the collective, and even for our dear Mother Earth. She's cleaning out.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's huge, isn't it? It's like from a lot of the things that we're clearing out now is from all lifetimes. So sometimes it can feel huge, and you think, well, I don't remember that happening to me, but it's from all lifetimes.
Yes. So it's been a really nice talk today. Deep, very deep. But it's, as always, very transformative as well. But you have a gift for our listeners and watchers today. Can you please tell us a little about it?
Yes. The gift is to unlock the deepest truths of your heart and soul. So it's a 30-minute session, because I was asking my guys, what should I wanted to offer something that was really valuable and that's really going to reflect the work that I do, but really where you'll have a shift. And included in that is a really powerful activation. So it's really connecting to, it's like guiding you into connecting to the deepest truths of your heart and soul, and really going deep into, so then it you capture the essence of it, so then you know what your truth is in terms of like following your truth. And it's and the activation will open and expand that as well. But it's like it's going down to the different layers of your deepest truth, because sometimes we think we know what our truth is, but when you go to your deepest truth, it's really profound. And it can also be emotional as well, but you feel really open, expanded. You think, oh, that's what it is. You know, you just feel really free. So that's, and that includes the activation as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for this interview. It's been so nice.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for inviting me, and thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I love how it's coincidence that we have postponed it a few times, and now it's ended up being something completely different than what we thought from the beginning.
Yes, that's amazing how we're both evolving and expanding at
Yeah.
such a fast rate. It's just like, wow. Yeah.
Really beautiful. Well, thank you so much to you, Caroline, and to everyone watching. So just keep the Shakti flowing. Bye.
Thank you, Helena. Thank you.